pick in the 2020 draft.
To win a national championship and build them into a Super Bowl team. Welcome to the program.
Such fond memories of that video. The only players I know in it were Cody Jackson and Will Shipley.
It was good times.
They were. Welcome to the show this evening. Our friend and beautiful faced ally is currently throwing up. So
the face of
he's
the
in
program.
the background. He is. Fantasy McVay. He's in the background doing all the numbers and putting stuff on the screen. So we're going to kick it off by announcing who else will be joining C4. Darren, if you're watching,
5.
Darren Johnson is the next member to join Conference 5. He was one of the two to get every question right in regards to the bylaws. So if anybody knows me, if you get the questions right to the bylaws, that's step one into getting into the program. So congrats to him. And now let's roll into top 25.
Or let's ride into it.
Yeah, let's ride. It's clearly working out for me.
Let's ride.
At number 25, we have Florida. 24, Alabama. I believe they both moved back up into the top 25 this week. USC at 23. If you don't know what helmet that is at 22, that is UCSB's new alternate helmet. One of the
straight fire.
Yeah. Not as cool as Texas Tech naturally, but second coolest. I'll give it that. 21, Georgia Tech. 20, UCLA. Number 19, our newest interim head coach, UC San Diego.
Making a good start.
Yeah. You could have inherited a 1-9 team, or you could have just brought your team down to 1-9 like I did.
Or inherited the team that did win the national championship last year.
So
yeah, not a bad draw.
Congratulations on that. Number 18, Ole Miss paint splatter helmet may be coming soon. Number 17.
No, it's a pain splatter helmet.
Pain splatter. That makes way
it will be after this Saturday. Go Tigers.
17, we have the Maryland Terps. 16, we have another new alternate helmet. The Penn State Nittany Lions. 15, UTSA. 14, TCU dropped down a bit. Right below number 13, our fearless numbers leader, Nathan.
You missed
12, we have Austin, who is under review for not filling out enough forms, so he might be dropping. We'll see. 11, we have Virginia Tech. 10, Vandy took a big dive, unfortunately.
Oh,
yeah. I think it was number 4.
Weren't they 1? Or they were?
No, they were 4 or 5.
They were 3.
3 last week. I know numbers really well. I know all the numbers. Number 9, Stanford. Number 8, UC Irvine. Number 7, Kennesaw, the newest state. Congratulations, Alfred.
51st in the union.
We have LSU.
Alfred's running for governor.
That's a big group of campus to Canton members right there. Number 5, USF. Number 4, Cal made a jump up as well. Number 3, the another new alternate helmet for Washington State. Number 2 is Georgia, which means we have a new number 1, the Fighting W's. Congratulations, Matt Geiger.
Beautiful.
Still undefeated. Georgia is also still undefeated, but the BCS numbers were crunched, and with Wisconsin is slightly ahead.
You can stop saying that name now.
Yeah,
They're the only team the Gophers are ahead of in the Big Ten West.
fair enough. Hey, the Buffs got a win this week, so
No wonder.
Win's
I
a
wondered
win.
what was happening in the world.
yeah.
So yes, we have quite a few commitments this week with 51 people. So no questions. Wonderful. We're going to dive right in, starting with C4.
You do need to fill out a form to stay.
And you also need to win.
That's the bigger part.
Nah.
All right. Kicking it off, Zachariah Branch deciding between Wazoo, Baylor, Kansas, Notre Dame, and TCU. Nope.
Whoa.
No, Washington State upset.
Youch.
He's going to TCU.
Is that the fifth? Yeah, that's a full upset.
That
All
is.
the way from fifth to take it.
Congratulations, Bruni. We have so many tabs of this. Is hilarious. Number 12.
I'm estimate around 51.
Yep. Dante Moore deciding between Ole Miss, Alabama, Maryland, Florida State, and Baylor. Drop the toy.
Drop the toy. Another upset.
And
Wow.
he's going to Florida State. QBU. Big QB
recruit
guy.
is just killing it.
Big QB guy.
Big QB.
Next up, Jackson Arnold. I believe he also has Malachi. Jackson Arnold deciding between Kansas, Bama, Ole, Mary, and FSU.
Let's see if we get some chalk here.
Can we get some Olay?
Some rock chalk. No.
We did get an Ole. Another
Yes.
Another upset.
Well, hey, so the last three have been the 5th place, the 4th place, and the 3rd place. So I'm gonna go ahead and roll the dice with this next one's gonna be the 2nd place team, Auburn.
There you go. All right, we got Christopher Vizina, QB, going to Clemson, deciding between Clemson, Byrne, and Bama.
A 43% chance, though. That's pretty good odds for Clemson.
There we
Look
go.
at that.
It's Auburn. All right.
That's awesome. All right, which means this one's chalk.
So
it's
this
easy peasy.
Yeah.
This is
Figured
it.
out the system.
Jonte Cook is going to Notre Dame. We already know that. We don't need to roll it. Also thinking about Kansas, TCU, Maryland, and Baylor. Jonte
really,
Cook is a stud, though.
I'm gonna go ahead and lock it in. Oh
No, he's not.
Womp womp.
Oh, this could be a rough week for Notre Dame.
That's why you play
Kansas.
this.
There we go. All right, next, Jaden Rashada, deciding between Maryland, Notre Dame, Ole, and Kansas. Who brought Taco John's to this meeting? Well, Jaden Rashada did.
Wow.
We know who
Bringing
will
home
not
2
get
quarterbacks.
lost this week.
Can we have more of these when it gets to Conference 2? Next up, Rodney Gallagher, wide receiver, well, technically an athlete, wide receiver out of Pennsylvania, deciding between Wazoo and Clemson. Wazoo with a significant
Massive
lead.
Yeah.
There's the new helmet that locked him up.
Put him over the edge.
There we go. That's what Rodney loves. Next up, Cameron Selden, deciding between Bama, Taco John's, Florida State, and Texas Christian University.
I'm more of a Taco Bell person.
Yeah, they don't have Olays, though.
Let's see if Bama. Yeah, there you go.
There you go. Bama hangs on.
Sometimes the overwhelmingly leading team wins.
All right, Eugene Wilson III, athlete out of Florida, deciding between Notre Dame, Alabama, Maryland, and Wazoo. Notre Dame needs something this week. Anything.
Yeah.
Maybe they're
Anything.
trying to save it for
Hey,
steals,
there
but
you go.
there you go. Eugene. All right.
Todd, now you know
Next
who's
up,
going to get stolen next week.
Athletes
So
are the
that's
best
exciting.
bets.
Ricky Collins with a 62.3% chance to go to Auburn, deciding between Bama and Auburn. That percentage was made up. And he's going there.
Wow. There you go.
All right. There you go, Travis. Both guys. All right. Next up, Austin Novosad. I hear he's a terrible quarterback, and everybody in Conference 2 should stop recruiting him. He's deciding between Baylor, TCU, and Bama.
Sick 'em Bears.
He doesn't need that.
He does.
He does.
There you go, though. You're welcome, Matt.
Okay, so in real life,
game coming up here against Texas Tech soon at a conference rival game.
Real life and in the game, the program. Novosad's going to Baylor.
Just remember that.
Next up, we have
knowing off the top of my head, that could very well be that legacy bonus coming in. That commitment to Baylor in real life, helping him lock it up in the program.
Yeah. Kenny Minchie out of Tennessee is going to Florida State. Big QB guy. Big QB. Next up, Roderick Robinson II, a running back out of California, deciding between Clemson and TCU. Where are you going, Roddy? He's going to TCU.
Ribbit.
He's a big wide receiver guy, according to me in week 0. Next up, we have a solo commit, Olsen Pat Henry, star of the Disney show The Tight End, is going to Baylor.
The Disney original.
Original. Isaiah Augustave, a running back out of Florida, headed to Arkansas, is deciding between Florida State and TCU. Battle of big QB guy and big wide receiver guy. And big wide receiver guy gets him. Last one in Conference 4 before the Steels. Deshaun Bishop, ranked 800th, is going to Washington State on a solo commit. All right, now we have Steal number 1, Hakeem Williams.
Ooh.
Hakeem Williams is getting a steal attempt from Florida State, currently committed to Notre Dame. Let's see what happens.
Big steal guy.
Big steal guy.
He steals him.
Is that our first successful steal?
That is our first successful steal.
Wow.
Baxter better not be the next one. We'll have some learning lessons on steals this evening. So if you aren't paying attention, pay attention when we get to Conference 2. Next steal attempt, same 2 teams. Keon Brown.
Wow.
This will determine
Notre Dame and Florida State.
Out for blood.
Is consumed by Notre Dame tonight. Oh.
Wow.
Oh, geez.
So Marcus Freeman may be under fire at Notre Dame, but I heard Coach Todd also is.
That is brutal, man. Notre Dame losing out on several recruits and getting double stolen from. That's just
that is
hate to see it.
That is not pretty. All right, Conference 2, Tristan. I'll let you take over, but once we get to the steals here, we'll have some lessons.
Yeah, gonna learn you something.
We're gonna get
You're gonna learn today.
We got
learn today. I have a protest.
Todd, you can always try to steal him back.
You can.
Yes.
I might recommend it. First up in C2, we have Zachariah Branch, wide receiver out of Nevada, deciding between USC, Washington, Cal, and Georgia.
I just didn't get in on him. So upset.
And there is the chalk.
All right, Alex.
Let's try and get out of the way.
Next up, we have Deuce Robinson, a tight end out of Arizona, deciding between North Carolina, Washington, Rice, Hoot Hoot, Michigan State, goes Green, and Miami.
It doesn't matter.
It's pretty interesting. Deuce held on until he reached the. He was.
We got it.
There we go.
Hoot hoot! Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
We have a new big tight end guy here.
Right, Rice is no longer allowed on these calls.
Yep, it was nice having you, Nathan.
Excellent.
Next up, we have a terrible wide receiver out of Florida, Brandon Innes, committing to one of USC, Miami, Michigan State, North Carolina, or Georgia. Not Georgia.
Just get that MSU on there.
Not North
there
Carolina.
There we go. We stayed in our spot again.
And we had the favorite,
Wow,
Oh, by the
USC
way,
already with big night. Two big wide
USC had a
receivers.
official visit with Brandon Innes last week. Not this week, the week before. I pushed them into first. So
Well done.
nice job on Coach Simpson.
Next up, we have Pierce Spurlin, tight end out of Florida, deciding between Washington, Miami, Rice, and Michigan State.
Let's get some more tight ends.
I haven't put points on this guy since week
Lots
one.
of focus on the tight ends. Dang it.
Washington held on. Huge
Sizable lead.
Yeah.
Gross.
I've seen a 40% lead, though, lose this year.
I don't know
Who was that on?
I didn't lose anybody that I was in on this year, I think. At least that's
Matt, I did exit out of Discord, so.
Next up, we have Aiden Mazel, wide receiver out of Florida, deciding between Florida and USC.
That's a 5-star comment there, Todd.
Big D commitment guy.
USC with another recruit tonight.
USC.
Wow, they're sweeping the floor. They are wide receiver U.
Before we get to Kyler
Stealing my
Casper, we have 2 solo commits. Another wide receiver to USC, Braylon James, and Shamar Easter, a tight end going to Miami.
That is 4 for USC tonight.
That's a lot of recruits that you can't lock up.
All wide receivers. Hey, Braylon James is locked. No one's coming for him.
Fair. That's fair. Next up,
Matt Hicks, make sure you don't leave this call. We're going to be talking at the end of C2.
Kyler Casper, a wide receiver out of Arizona, deciding between one of the 2 commissioners that is not me on this call. So somebody might be leaving shortly.
I will kill you, Carl.
Ooh, okay. No death to Carl. That's what we like.
I also haven't put points on Casper since week 0. It's been rough in Michigan State. I'll just say that. Once Dante left, we just stopped putting in our points.
I hoped when I landed that visit and took the big lead, I scared you off. So I'll take it.
The next up, we have another solo commit to Miami, Michael Harrison Pilot, an athlete out of Texas who may or may not be playing defense.
Grab those defenders.
It's a great strategy. Fantasy defense is important.
Let's see how it pays off for him, Cotton.
Mm-hmm. Next up, we have Caleb Jackson, a running back out of Louisiana, deciding between UCLA, Georgia, UTSA, and Florida.
Let's see some chalk real quick. Get a little chalk streak going.
Or not.
I think we already lost the chalk.
We did. UTSA.
There we go. Utsa.
Meet.
All right, that's okay. Get the chalk back real quick.
Yeah.
QBU on the board here.
Ricky Collins deciding between Rice, North Carolina, and Florida. Ricky Collins is a recruit that I lost out on, so I hope you win, Nathan.
There we go. That's what I'm talking about. I'm going to go congratulate him personally. Just about 10 minutes down the road from where I live.
Proof again that favorites are capable of winning. Christian Hamilton, baby. Wide receiver out of North Carolina, deciding between UTSA and Tennessee. Nearly a 50-50 split.
See some Tennessee. No, man.
UTSA. Tennessee just, maybe after they get a win, they'll get a recruit. We'll see.
I disapprove
these
of all.
These 23% are just, they hit so often. So I love this.
Mark Fletcher, running back out of Florida,
team,
deciding between UCLA and Michigan State. Ooh.
Let's see what we got.
Hell yeah.
Not so fast.
More steal attempts.
Yeah. We have 2 more in C2. Dante Dowdle. Is up next? Maybe not. There we go.
Is.
Deciding between Cal and Tennessee.
Hey, Matt, here's your chance. Redemption. It's on the horizon. No, never mind.
It's no longer on the horizon.
It's nighttime now.
Just kidding. It was an airplane.
And the last up, Amarion Peterson, running back out of Texas, deciding between staying in Texas at UTSA or going to California and UCLA. UTSA it is.
Meep.
Meep indeed.
Ooh.
All right. Do we have the steal attempts for – oh, they're not in there. Perfect. You want to know why? We'll start with Mekhi Lamone. He's committed to UCLA, and Tennessee attempted to steal him. In order to steal a player, you must have been in the threshold when that player committed. Tennessee had 0 points in on Makai and was not in the threshold, so that steal attempt does not work. He has been penalized 5 hype for trying to make a purchase that is not possible. The other steal attempt in Conference 2 was Cedric Baxter Jr. I attempted to steal him. Instead, I traded for him. I am still charged those 30 hype for attempting to steal, even though I traded for him. So once you hit send, that's in there. You've spent it. You don't get it back, even if you trade for him. So, unlike me, don't submit the steal Wednesday night when you've had a beverage or two. Wait until Friday and see if you can get a deal done first.
Probably a good idea.
That's the trick. So yeah, once you submit a steal, it's going through. If the player gets traded, say Rice traded for Baxter,
that was definitely not about to happen
on Friday, and he locked him up. Obviously, have stayed with Rice. If he traded for him on Saturday, it would have been, and then the steal attempt would have happened. We would have seen the 50-50 roll during the show. So, hope that makes sense. I hope Matt Hicks listened. I know he was just trying to get revenge for Justice Haynes. So
he was in here somewhere at some point.
I respect the effort.
He was.
But, recruiting violation.
Yes, recruiting or hype violations result in 5 points of hype being lost. So if you overspend or if you attempt to steal that is not possible, you lose 5 hype.
Blake going ahead and locking up his first commit.
Respect.
Now we're into Conference 1. We're starting with Dante Moore, deciding between Nebraska, Stanford, KSU, and USF. Very tight race here between these teams.
I don't know that it could be more tight.
Nebraska, congratulations. The steal attempts didn't work last week, but you get Dante Moore here. That would have been nice to land Dante Moore. Next up, Deuce Robinson, tight end out of Arizona, who I think recently visited Texas, deciding between Stanford, A&M, Pitt, Kennesaw, and Ohio State.
Maybe this will make nope. Never mind.
No Ohio State. He's still clicking buttons, so we're doing okay. Alfred, congratulations.
Take a deep breath. You got to recruit.
Good job, 51.
Yeah.
All right. Next up, Jackson Arnold.
My night is over.
Deciding between the Aggies, the Sooners, and the Buckeyes. Aggies with a sizable lead.
Well, there you
and
go.
They take him.
You got to win something.
All right. Next up, Cedric Baxter Jr. A lot of talk about him in Conference 2.
Nah,
he's decided between Kennesaw State,
quite frankly,
who had him in for an official visit, and that pushed them into first. Stanford, Penn State, Ohio State, and Tulane.
It's pretty bad. Could probably just skim over this one.
There you go. Kennesaw State with another recruit.
Conference 1, almost all chalk so far. So
let's hope Alfred has enough to lock these guys up because they are highly sought after. Next up, Jaquez Petaway, a wide receiver out of Texas, deciding between Oklahoma, UT, and TU.
Alfred bringing the energy, and I love
it. Texas pulls the upset on Oklahoma and gets a wide receiver from Texas. All right, next up we have Robbie Washington, an athlete out of Florida, solo committing to South Florida.
Just
I know I freaked out Matt for a second there. Yes.
This is a fun fact. Robbie Washington had a 3.4% chance of committing this week. So South Florida, good job. I assume that means you probably put points on for the first time this week, and he went ahead and locked it up. So that's awesome.
Well done.
He must have said something he liked. Or taking him to a great restaurant. I know Kane knows those places. Oh, yeah. Next up, Shamar Porter, a wide receiver out of Tennessee, deciding between the Aggies and the Bulls.
See if they can go back to back. Nope.
Going
No,
with
they can't.
Texas A&M. We're seeing the Aggies. I haven't seen them get a recruit until tonight. So congrats to
They
their
had a
coach,
solo
whatever his
commit
name is. I
last
think
week,
it's
I
Joel.
think.
Next up, Dontavius Braswell, a running back out of Georgia, deciding between Stanford, Kennesaw State, and Pittsburgh. Stanford trying to go 0 for 5 this evening, which he had a less than 1% chance of doing.
Ooh.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, see, there you go.
Big tree
It's his
energy.
guy. Yes, big tree. Next up, Chris Culliver, wide receiver out of North Carolina, is solo committing to Pittsburgh. Congratulations. Please fill out the form in order to claim your prize. Now we have Roderick Robinson II, deciding between Stanford, Pittsburgh, and Ohio State. Can
If
Stanford
Matt
hang
doesn't
on
get
to the
in-
lead?
Ooh.
He
Think it up.
does.
Yes.
There we go.
So 2 chalks for Stanford. Not too bad of a night. And next we have a wide receiver no one's ever heard of, except for Texas, and that is Yazid Haynes out of Pennsylvania. He is headed to the Longhorns.
Sweet.
All right,
All
last
right,
one.
Let me roll on over to
I can-
C3.
No,
I
you're good.
can
I'll
read it.
take over. I'll take over so you can chat.
Say again.
I'll take over so you can talk.
Oh, okay. Oh, got it. I'm like, well, wait. If you're taking over, then what? Got it. Heard. All right. So starting out in C3, we're going to start with Zachariah Branch, receiver out of the state of Nevada, choosing between Georgia Tech, Oregon, SMU, UCSB, and Virginia Tech. Oh, immediate upset. C3 starting out spicy with UCSB
new
bringing
helmet.
it in.
It's the new helmet energy.
Big new helmet energy. Let's see if it carries him through to a back-to-back win here with Brandon Ennis, wide receiver out of Florida. Leading on it is UCSB with Michigan, Virginia Tech, Mississippi State, and Georgia Tech all following behind. Oh, not so much.
Ennis is not a big
Michigan.
helmet guy. Hey, there we go. No wins
Teton.
for one recruit.
Good job.
Maybe they'll get a win now.
Yeah, he's playing
Maybe.
me, so he's got a good chance.
Next up is going to be Makai Lamone, athlete out of California. Leading on it is going to be the Go Tiger LSU. Wisconsin up next, UCSB, Mississippi State, and Georgia Tech. Georgia Tech on their 3rd recruit in a row here. We'll see.
No Tigers.
No Tigers. Instead, UCSB with more win. They were also on all 3. So there you go. Georgia Tech and UCSB.
Yep. Big sombrero energy.
Big sombrero energy.
Indeed.
All right, next up is going to be quarterback Jalen Rashada out of the state of California. Vanderbilt's in the lead with Michigan, Oregon, Texas Tech, and Mississippi State. Rounding out 4 in a row, all with 5 teams on them.
You hate to see it.
Oh, man.
You do.
That's
Pew, pew.
like
Oh, wow. The full upset. Number 5, Mississippi State.
I think that's 1 for 8 on quarterback recruits for me this year. Solid.
Brutal. Really, I mean, statistically, you're just evening out from last year where you were the
Yeah, I got a
the
lot of
upset
recruits I
king.
shouldn't have, so.
Yeah, you were the upset special.
Colin, I do take 100% blame for that. You are absolutely correct. I'm not sleeping much, so quite frankly, I didn't prepare enough.
It was
all
more of
about
a
that
no
preparation.
Tigers, not a go Tigers.
Let's see. We've got next up is Riley Williams, tight end out of the state of Oregon, choosing in a pretty close race between Wisconsin and Mississippi State.
It's just a W.
Oh, sorry. The woo.
It's okay. You messed it up anyways, so that's why.
There
Sorry,
you go.
Tiger.
After that, we've got Ashton Cozart, wide receiver out of Texas, with that early commit to Oregon. This is another pretty quick commit with 4.72% chance of locking this week. So good job, Oregon. Way to go. Grab your guy.
Quack, quack.
Quack, quack. After that, we've got Trayon Webb, running back out of Florida. They are deciding between W, Vanderbilt, UCSB, and Mississippi State. Oh, no anchor down energy. Let's see what we got. The W comes back for vengeance.
He is running back you.
Running back you. And with
Ruben
a chance
Owens,
to get another
Cedric
one.
Baxter.
We've got Roderick Robinson, the second next, running back out of California, with another chance to go to running back you. Also, Vanderbilt, Oregon, UCSB, and LSU in the race. Go Tiger? No, I shouldn't have said that. I said it one too early. W takes it home. Running back you stays strong.
Oh, what?
And, I was about to say the last not that one commit is going to be Creed Whitmore, athlete out of Florida with a auto commit to UCF. So there you go, UCF
and he
locking
just
up.
Committed in real life. He dropped Florida and committed to Mississippi State.
Oh, there you go. Grabbed him just in time before Mississippi State started getting that legacy bonus. All right, so then we also have a steal attempt in Conference 3. Dante Moore, the quarterback that has been talked about once or twice, committed to Virginia Tech, but we've got the Texas Tech Red Raiders here.
Just
coming
looking
in for
for
the steal.
disappointed on a Tuesday night.
Pew, 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 pew. I don't know. I mean, 2 for 2 on steals so far. Let's see. Let's see. Oh, this is big.
Matt's just toying with you.
Oh, and he holds them off. The Raiders are repelled. Oh, Dante Moore will
Yeah, got
remain
top 2. So
poking.
I got top 2.
Top 2. Really, if you're not first, at least you're second.
yeah, that's the saying.
That's the saying.
Yeah.
All right, I think. Let's see. So that was all of the commits. 51 flew by, I'm sure. We'll be posting the results, all the steals. We already posted hype, and we went through top 25. So anything else that we have, or where are we at?
I don't see any questions besides a hey. Yeah, I think that's it. Congrats on the new coaches. Welcome to the Discord. Hopefully it'll help you kind of understand what we do and how we do it. So that way next year you'll be ready to roll.
We should talk about the NIL conversion.
We should,
because that is
it happens this week.
It does.
Yes, hype will be posted later this week. Nathan is going to clear point allocation and reset it for this week as well. NIL trade in. Same way that you purchase hype, you're going to trade in your NIL. NIL transactions go through after hype spend. So you still have to send them to us by 11:59 on Friday. But we will spend your hype if you make any hype purchases first, and then refill from any NIL you decide to flip over. If you decide to flip over more NIL than you have, you will lose that NIL.
Oh no, what is this? Let's see.
I don't know.
Sorry,
what is this?
Technical issues. I don't know. I had something pop up and black out my entire screen real quick. Good question. That's a very good question. Should we have recruiting rankings? Let me think on the timeline on that. I want to say yes. It would probably
be later on.
I'm about to say maybe. I mean, realistic.
We just want to make you get even less sleep.
I know. Well, look, I should be getting at least more than 3 hours after Friday, so we'll see. But let me think.
Sleep when you're dead.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, really, who needs sleep at the end of the day? Once you have 3 kids, you've evolved into a sleepless being that no longer needs nourishment.
Matt, throw up his second comment on recruit rankings.
Oh yeah, you should be looking forward to it. Reasonable timeline, honestly, is probably halfway through the recruiting season. I mean, we're going into week 4 now, and we have what? So technically, week 5 will be halfway since there was a week 0 between that and National Signing Day. So probably within the next couple weeks, it'd be reasonable to roll those out. So we should be able to get them.
So if he says a couple weeks, in 4 weeks, we will have those for you.
Correct.
I speak Nathan.
Just trying to be realistic here.
Your new hype that you trade from NIL cannot be spent this week.
Correct.
It can be spent next week.
Yes.
So spend as much as you want this week. If you're Baylor, cough, cough, hint, hint, do something with your hype because you've missed out on 50 hype.
Yes,
which is
Which
more
is a
than I
lot.
have. So
More than
That's-
you've ever had.
that's a lot of hype.
Even when everybody else had 75, you only had 50. So be sure to spend some if you're going to transfer over NIL. Just do the math. It shouldn't be too difficult, but if you need help, we will help you figure out math.
We have a new
2 to
engineer in the
1 equals
Discord,
if you
so
transfer
if-
2, you get 1.
you can ask me, and I will draw you a pretty picture.
yes, that
Ask,
really helps
ask
you feel
Blake.
the math.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
So-
Blake and I will be offering math tutoring.
Yeah, and you can have Travis give his TED Talk too.
There's also that.
There you
We're
go.
putting it on the books.
Yeah, any NIL you transfer over. So if you're USC and you just scooped up quite a few nice players this evening, and you want to lock some up, you might have to just hope you make it through a week without a successful steal. Apologies to Notre Dame. Congrats to big wide receiver guy.
Big theft guy.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, I think that's it.
Yeah.
That was a lot quicker than I
51
expected
recruits,
for 51 recruits.
36 minutes.
And we started relatively on time. So
Yeah.
early for our
Efficiency
time.
is what we're definitely known for.
Absolutely.
And being